wanna be your weekend lover. All I wanna be some kind of friend. Hey.
What's up? This is your boy, Black Seal, coming through with another episode of Complexity. Now, I've been wanting to do this for a minute, but someone hit me up out of the blue today on Facebook that just made me speed it up. The Complexity piece I'm going to be doing today is on the series called Love is Death. Person hit me up and the person said, you know something, they read the last piece of the series called Love is Death, which is the finale of the Love and Death series. Told me they felt sorry for me. Told them, said, you know something, don't feel sorry for me, because it comes with the territory of being a poet. It comes with the territory of being who I am. I feel like I was made to suffer. I feel like I was made to suffer because when you go through things that are bad, when you constantly go get the shit into the stick, when you're constantly on the low end of everything, the bottom of the barrel, you learn to appreciate things in life that are good. So, my whole life I feel like I've been at the bottom of the barrel on several different aspects of my life. So I've learned to cherish things and be grateful for certain things in my life. Appreciate them more. The whole Love and Death series is basically about love being much more powerful than the fear of death or death. Just feeling that you would die. Like, the love itself is just so much more than death. Living with all this emotion, living with this feeling, living with wanting to love is more worse than death. Death itself will be doing you a favor because you have so much feeling, because you have so much to give. The person you're with, you cherish them so much. Just think about it. When someone you love dies, you weep for them, you cry, you miss them. That's a feeling. That's a powerful emotion. When that person brought you so much joy, that person brought you so many good memories, it's a very big, strong emotion. Love itself. It's the most powerful emotion in the universe. Even stronger than hate. 2 dreams I had. Had a dream where I was married to Miliana. That's what I call her. And I got shot. First I got poisoned, and then I got shot by a good friend, a close friend who set me up. And I got shot protecting my wife's husband, or my wife's father. Got shot protecting my wife's father and died. When I died, I was transferred into her body for over a minute, and I was allowed to feel all the emotions that were going through her. And when I tell you, it was so immense. I could not handle that much emotions. She was so emotional, it broke me. Even in the form of the enigma, I couldn't handle it. She was so emotional, she was weeping, she was crying, yelling. All of my friends in the dream came to me. They saw my body. I tried to calm her down. Nobody would touch her. There was nothing anybody could say to her that would cheer her up. There was nothing. She was in the rage. She was in the moment. Never felt anything like that. Woke up. I was sobbing for about 30 minutes. Had a dream. I had another dream. The second dream is when I got shot and killed. I got shot defending one of my friends. One of my friends was acting like a flake. Chose that he didn't want to be on my side anymore. Said he couldn't ride me anymore because of people were trying to put me in jail. People were trying to put me in prison for shit I didn't do. He decided he wanted to bounce. Me and this guy beefed up. Me and this guy were going through it. We just weren't talking to each other. Just weren't on the same page. Had a dream where somebody tried to kill him. I ran up on the dude to try to kill him. Me and the guy started fighting. I got shot 8 times with the .38 special. 8 times. Each bullet that hit me, I felt. It took out my breath. I was bleeding, and this whole fight was happening in front of my house. My family, my sister, my friends, my friend's sister, they were looking out the window and they were yelling, screaming, telling me to run. And me and this guy fought in front of my house. The end result is, got shot 8 times, got the gun from the guy, shot him and killed him, and then I died. My mother came running out the door, and I died in her arms. And once again, I was transferred. And allowed to feel the emotions that were pouring out of my mother. And nothing to this day. Comes even close to the emotions that I felt. True love. The true love for somebody. That emotion. Was so powerful. There is no imitating it. I can't imitate it. None. There's nothing I can say, nothing I can do to imitate it. It was immense. I almost died. In that dream for real. I felt my mother's emotions. I stopped breathing. Everything went black for me. And all I can do is think. I couldn't feel anything. I woke up and I was coughing. Tremendously coughing. Chronic cough. I almost died. In that dream for real after getting shot 8 times. So, the series Love is Death. True love. True love is so powerful that it defies death. It's way more stronger than hate. So, when I say love is death, the series is basically about me having that immense emotion. That emotion for a woman. That emotion which is so powerful that I can't duplicate, that I can't fake about it. That one emotion that it's killing me. Having this one emotion for this one woman that I fell in love with. So powerful that is just killing me inside. Breaking me. Pushing me to the brink of the edge. That it's too much to bear. Being in love with someone, you want to love that person. You want to feel like you want to give them your all. You don't want to see them suffer. Struggle. Go through hardships. You want to be there for them. And that's what my love is. So, the whole series. I wrote about a woman that I felt that for. I had this tremendous emotion felt like battling 10 giants. I had a line. I battled 10 giants for her and died. Which kind of inspired the Heart of a Giant series. So a lot of inspiration coming out of these things. I go through a lot of the work I do is real life experience, real life emotions, serious, deep down emotions. None of this fake shit. None of this. Oh, I made it up. None of this. A lot of stuff that some people write about, you just can't relate to. It has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with improving you. You can't feel it. You hear it, and it's like, okay, fiction. My work is centered around trying to write things, even if they're fictional, and putting emotion into it, the emotion behind them, that will inspire a person to read it and change or feel something to where they'll be like, wow, that was deep. Wow, I felt the same thing. Well, what? He went through that too? Inspire people. Make people feel alive. When you read something that makes you feel alive, like it just hit you, like you just saw it. Like, it's right there. Whoa, hey, hold a second, right there. Whoa, hey, I see it. You can feel it, relate to it. You feel it in your bones. It makes you cough up a tear. That's what this series is about. The Love is Death series. It took me a long time to come up with the name, but when I finally came up with the name, I knew it was that. It's one of the first series I ever wrote about a woman that I know. Most series would be conceptual ideas, I might have incidents or something, but I don't mention names. Most women I've ever known have asked me to write poems about. And I say no, can't do it, because it's a waste of emotion. And it is. Most of the time, 9 out of 10 times it's a waste of emotion, because you don't get that emotion back. If you're writing poetry which is based on emotion, if it's based on your emotions, you're not getting most of that back. Because a woman will get mad at you, she'll say you're an asshole, you want to go date somebody else, or she's seeing multiple people, or she's just chilling out and things like that. So I don't write poetry about a lot of women. I write about women, but not women that I know. Or dedicate poems to women I know. But the Love to Death series is dedicated towards a woman that I know. It's dedicated to a woman that I fell in love with. This whole experience about it. And wanting to love this woman was killing me. I was dying because I could not show that emotion. I couldn't let that emotion go. I had to keep it inside of me. So, now that we've got that off my chest, and I've been real with you guys, and been a little bit too real with you motherfuckers, let's go ahead and do this. Let's do the whole series. There's 6 pieces that make this series up. Party for Broken Hearts, My Home es Su Casa, Y lo vería ne, Names of the Night, In These Bottoms, and of course the finale, Love is Death. Now we get the easy ones out the way right off the bat. My Home es Su Casa. Basically, that piece was inspired because I had a talk with this woman, and I used to go see this woman every now and then. I tell everybody, this is my A+ chick. And they say, why is she your A+ chick? Well, because I could do just about anything with her. I could take this woman out. I can stay at her house. She can come stay at my house. Sometimes she took me out. I've rode around with her, met her family. It's comfortable with this woman. She's met my friends. She's met my big bro. She's met, who hasn't met Debo? So I was comfortable with this woman. My A+ chick. You can kind of like Arthur rating. If you rate from 1, if the top 5, she's number 1. I can't tell you the top 5. No, don't. I can't tell you the top 5, but she's number one, right number one. Because with this woman, there was a genuine emotional connection. The electricity was in there. When I saw this woman, it's like the first time, I had a lot of respect for this woman. Most women, it's like, you know, I'd have sex with and do everything. This woman here, I didn't have to have sex with this woman at all. And she was still a jewel of my heart. I didn't have to, it's just based on just being with this woman was enough to sustain my every need, my urges. So, I was talking to this lady, and basically I said, you know, I used to come see her, and I said, look, you know, I would like to see you. She said, you know, my home is your home. So, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna smile on you bastards. So, that's where I got the piece. My home as Sukasa. Mi casa Sukasa, basically. My home as Sukasa. So that was easy. It's like my, you know, weird, but you know, and your heart is, you know, the things in your heart, what dwells in your heart. I kept her in my heart. I feel like she kept me in her heart at times. So, you know, that was a good piece. Names of the Night was basically a piece where you are so in love with this person, and then you wake up in the middle of the night and they're not there, and you catch yourself calling for them, or you dream about them, and then you wake up and you call for them, or you're thinking about them when you're at work or at the grocery store or at a park, and you're like, yeah, that person here, that person there, things like that. Names of the Night, that's what it basically is waking up in the middle of the night, or just calling this person out as if they were there, but they're not. And you just catch yourself. Their name is on your tongue. You know. That's how bad it is when you're in love. You just keep that person with you at all times. So that. You know, that's what's behind that poem. Love is Death. Finale piece. Well, just like I explained, you're just so involved with the person that you're dying. That when you're not with them, it feels like you're dying. It feels like when they're gone, it feels like you're just miserable. You're missing them. You want them. You want to be there. You want to be a part of them. You want them to be a part of you. When you're with them, you're just a happy person. Now, that piece is it has two different parts to it. It explains, you know, that the part I just explained, that's like the first piece, first part of the whole poem. Second part of the poem basically breaks down a lot of different things, talking about a lot of sexual acts. Yes, those sexual acts happen. The having sex with, you know, all that stuff, I took them from different experiences, but with that woman, being in love with that woman, yes, we would do it. I talked about having sex in a security office with the security cameras watching us. Did that. Talking about having sex in the parking lot because the woman is looking so good, you just want her. You just can't wait till you get home. She's just so dazzling. The temperature outside is right. The chemistry is right. You just had drinks. You're just all over each other. Having sex in the parking lot. Bahama Breeze, I love you. Happen. I think, you know, all this is inspired by true events. Having sex when you know, trying to leave a girl's house and she's looking so good, and then she's like, you know, she's opening the door trying to let you out, and then, you know, her booty is just sitting there looking nice and plump, and she's just so fine, and you just trying to have sex with her on the guard, you know, on the stairwell, and you just want to eat her pussy. So just that happened. I would do these things. In love, there's nothing I want. Being in love, there's nothing that I won't do to. There's nothing that I won't do to fulfill my woman's need. I work hard. I try my hardest. I have friends, my friends and family. I try my hardest to do good by them. I try my hardest to be there. They need me. They call me. We talk. I try my hardest to be there, and that's nothing different than being in love with a woman. My friends, I sat there. There's some friends I went down. I took a ride for. Some friends, they've seen me. People that can testify to it. How fast I hulk up if needed be, if a situation gets ugly. I was about to commit a couple crimes behind friends that needed it. That needed me. They called me up, yo, Elliot, this is the deal. What? Let's take care of it. There is no second guessing. There's no thinking about it. There's no, I'm here. Let's handle this. There's none of that talking. There's none of this second guessing. There's no, I'm there. So all that right there, the whole love and death finale. How far I would go with this person, and how powerful that person was to me. That was basically displayed in that piece. Now the next couple of pieces have a little bit more complexity to them. One of the pieces does. We're gonna get to In These Bottoms. In These Bottoms, old girl looked great in a dress. Her legs were excellent. I loved her legs. When she put a dress on, she killed me. I couldn't resist her in a dress. That's my kryptonite. Her in a dress. I couldn't resist her. She wore a dress. I couldn't be around. Couldn't be in the same room. There was one time she had a dress off, and me and her were intimate. She put the dress back on. I told her, do not put the dress on in front of me. She put the dress on in front of me. 2 seconds later, the dress was right back off, and she was in my mouth. I couldn't resist her. In These Bottoms, yeah, she looks good she looks goddamn good when she puts a dress on. When she puts heels on, she smelled good. Nice eyes, perfection. That's what it was. Call it perfection. She was just that damn good. So now we'll get to the last piece of the series. No, we won't. Damn, I'm tripping. Caught on my emotions. Please excuse me. Elo Verdia Ne. Now, Lo Verde Ne. Basically, that's a piece saying that I love you. She knows who she is. It's just a piece saying that I love her. And that's all that was. We're going to display it. Hold a second. We're going to display it right here. Okay, back. So now you can see where the piece Elo Verdia Ne is, what it means. Alright, I've had a couple pieces like that. Had a couple of pieces when I was beefing with other poets, battling. I'd write stuff like that. They wouldn't catch it because they couldn't comprehend it. So many different ways to skin a cat, believe me. So that was just my way of saying I loved her. Because as a poet, I don't put the names in. I rarely put names in. So I put a name in there, which is almost against the law for me to even do. And the piece worked out well. Now, the piece that I'm gonna explain, and I've been trying to explain and get complex on, which fits the complexity mold real well, is Party for the Broken Hearts. And I'll be back with that. Now, as we can see, Party for Broken Hearts is a visual masterpiece. I wrote the first verse, and then after I wrote the first verse, I was like, damn, I just have to have art for this. This right here is just off the chain. Did the art, and once I did the art, it completely changed the meaning of the poem. The poem became much more than what I was aiming for. Basically, beyond me. Sometimes I feel as if God writes through me, which is why I adopted the name God Soldier. It's ridiculous. The first piece is basically talking about just meeting somebody, feeling how love is, how when you're in love, it's such a warm feeling, and when it's taken away from you, you just feel so cold. You feel abandoned. You feel empty sometimes. You just feel, you just cold-hearted, broken-hearted, which is why this is the Party for the Broken Hearts. Now, the second verse, which is where it gets really ridiculous after I drew this. As you can see in the drawing, I have piercings through the hand. I have piercings through the feet. There's blood on my hands, blood at my feet, blood at my head. Now, and you see broken hearts. The thing is basically crucified. A dude set up, dude hung out to dry, crucified, and you see this snake, this slimy ass bastard slithering away. Now you see apples on the ground. Apples basically represent the fall of man from the Garden of Eden. Man bit the apple and then was basically exiled from the Garden of Eden. So it's basically the apple represents man's separation from God, the Garden of Eden, the introduction to sin, the introduction of labor to the woman. And you see this, snake who was eating the apple, who's just also being so devious. So the thing is the second verse is almost as if Jesus is speaking himself. I was cursed before you ever knew me. Before I ever dated any woman, talked to any woman, I was destined to fail. I'm destined to die. I'm destined to suffer. No matter how good of a human I am, how bad of a guy I am destined to suffer. Before anyone ever knew me, I was born to do this path, chosen to walk it, no matter. So it is as Jesus is speaking. Before you even knew me, I was born to do this. When I could part heaven, and it's basically me speaking to a baby girl, I could make your worst days into the best day of your life. When I come along, I clear out. I can move things. I could sit there and I could make you happy. I can take your struggles and crumble them to pebbles. Move mountains, crumble them to pebbles. I can do this if given the chance. But the verse basically goes on to say, look, even though I can do this for you, it was not so. I was hung out to dry, put through all of this, and my love for you was basically betrayed because now I'm not getting the love from you. So I feel betrayed. I feel as if I've given you my all. I've given you my life. I've moved things. I've done everything I could possibly do for you under the stars. And what have I got? Nothing. Defeated. That's all I have. That's all I have. And what also makes this piece, this visual so great is that, and what makes Jesus so great, let's put it to the praise of Jesus right here. What makes it so great is that just like Jesus was resurrected, yes, you go through periods in your life where you're heartbroken, periods in your life where you're down, periods in your life where you're discouraged. And just like being discouraged, just like being heartbroken, guess what? You are resurrected to a new. You become dedicated. You become inspired to do more, to get back on the saddle and ride, to get back up from whence you fell, to achieve, to continue to walk the path. God, this is great. This piece was great. This piece, platinum. Try to top it. Anyways, Rage Inferno / Talos 2014 production. It's still Seal, bitch.